Hi everyone, this is Dee Williams with Keller Williams Signature Realty, and today we're talking about transparency when disclosing the condition of your property. So, say that you are a seller and you're a little bit leery about disclosing the fact that the roof needs to be replaced, or that there's a crack in the foundation, or that the dishwasher doesn't work, or that the oven hasn't worked in 2 years, or whatever the situation is. You think it's going to affect the outcome of the deal. You think that it's going to mean that you're going to make less money, and you're struggling with whether or not to really disclose. Well, if I'm your agent, here's what I always say: there is safety in transparency. On so many levels, there is safety in transparency. So let's take a scenario. Let's say that you know that there's an issue with a major component of your home, and you decide not to tell your agent or tell the potential buyer, and you're hoping, maybe they won't find out. Well, guess what? They will, because any buyer who's a smart buyer is going to have an inspection performed on your home. And let's say the inspector finds this issue, which 9 times out of 10 they will, and they inform the buyer who paid for the inspection. So now the buyer has a decision to make. They're thinking, okay, wait, do I trust the seller? What else are they not telling me about the property? Did the inspector catch everything? What if something was missed? Do I still feel good about this deal? Now the buyer is in the position of deciding whether or not they're going to remain in the deal or they're going to leave the deal. So let's say in this scenario, the buyer leaves the deal. Well, guess what? Besides many other things that this cost you that I don't have time to get into on this video, it cost you a lot of time. From the time that you list a home, then you go through your negotiations till you actually get a buyer under contract. That could be a few days or that could be a few weeks. Depending on the situation, might be a month or two. Why waste that time? See, if you disclose and you disclose honestly and fully from the beginning, you have a better chance of attracting a very appropriate buyer or buyers for that particular property. They know what they're getting into. And when you have more appropriate buyers for a property and you've disclosed everything that you know, and when they have their inspections, what you've disclosed is in line with what the inspector finds, and they continue to feel good about the deal, you have a better chance of making it to closing, and you have a better chance of putting money in your pocket, which at the end of the day may be a large reason why you are selling the property in the first place. So disclosure is important. Transparency is very important. Now, if you have something wrong with the property and is that going to affect the price? Well, sure, because condition of a property affects the price of a property. That can't be changed unless you are willing to spend money to address the issue. If you're willing to spend money to address the issue, that's a different situation. If you are unwilling to or unable to address that particular situation, then yes, it can affect the price. But that doesn't mean that you can't sell. That doesn't mean that you can't sell at a profit. It doesn't mean that you can't find the right buyer. You just have to be very forthcoming and strategize with your agent. And one thing I'm big on is strategy, because we want to make sure that the deal is good for you and that it's fair for the buyer. Okay. All right. So great talking to you guys again today. If you have any questions or need to sell a home, call me. My cell phone number is 713-591-6720. Okay, guys, great talking to you. Y'all take care. I'll talk to you again soon.